Demotivation comes from the water realms. Procrastination is an exchange of your destiny. So procrastination is a projection of a certain marine into your life, so that you are wasted, so that you miss your kairos moments. Because there's always a season to prosper. There's always a season to sow your seed. There is always a season of harvest. If you enter your season of harvest, but you procrastinated your season of sowing, you will harvest nothing. And nothing is something. And something is nothing. There is always a season of expectation, but you didn't prepare for the harvest of that expectation. For instance, if you don't prepare yourself as a wife, and if you don't have the values of a wife and the husband in the time when you ought to be married, because there's a time to marry. When that time comes, you become expectant. But the question is, are you a wife or just a woman? Because when God begins to send a man, when God begins to lead a man, I'm not talking about a secular person. When God begins to lead a man to get married, he leads him to find a wife. And amongst all wives, you find women. So there are two types of female gender: wives and women. I found a wife because I waited on the Lord. He warned me, don't touch a woman. Don't let him come near you. I met I didn't know that there's one son that was in the U.S., that was serving in the U.S. church, where we're trying to set up right now, has been my follower. I never knew that he was in one of the crusades that I preached when I was 8 years. He was crying. He knelt down and wept. He's still there. He's still there. His name is Prince. He said, I was there. He said, when you began to minister in that crusade, he said that was the first time he experienced power. Then he started to tell everybody that was in the hall. I said, this man, you say, yeah, what you see him doing now, he's been doing that when he was a young boy. He was crying. He said, I was behind this first time of experiencing the power of the Holy Ghost. I was 8 years young then. When I look at people behave the way they behave, I just look at them and say, yo, just listen up. If you know who is here and what we carry and what God has sent us to do on earth, you stop playing. He wept. He was on the floor. I'm talking about 8 years ago. I'm 44 right now. 44. 8 years ago. Do you know how many is that? This man is still pushing in the word. They thought that we came from nowhere. So we have a history. We've walked with God. We understand him. We know him not just by word, but by experience and commitment to his word on a long time. Someone who knew me 30-something years ago and saw what God is doing globally, he said to me, Pastor John, I would have been surprised if what is going on in your life didn't happen. He said, I would have been surprised. I'm not surprised for what God is doing with your life, because we saw the grace on your life from your childhood. We saw that you were called by God. You were consistent. So Satan, through marine spirit, will cause you to procrastinate, so that in the time of your expectation, you have nothing. Let nobody lie to you. What you sow is what you reap. You pray, you reap the dividends of prayer. You procrastinate prayers, you fall into the traps of prayerlessness. Pray that you don't fall into temptation, period. It's a principle, it's a law. There's a blessing that comes through prayer. So you don't pray, that's okay. You can procrastinate your prayer. Nobody will say, oh, I don't, Papa, I'm here. I can't pray. No problem. Papa, I'm walking. I can't come for prayer. You die, we bury